Hey, Michael with X-Force PC. I'm being a little lazy today. I'm just using my selfie cam on my phone to record this video. It's a very short, quick video. I was chatting with someone on Facebook earlier, and they mentioned they had not gone to version 12 yet. They were curious as to what their frame rate might be. Now, I've done a lot of frame rate testing, but I've limited that to X-Plane 12 recently. I haven't really messed with it for 11 because my thought is we're looking forward. We really just care about the frame rate in version 12, moving forward. But it's a reasonable question. If I'm running version 11 now and I'm getting X frame rate, then what is my frame rate going to be if I go to version 12? Now, this is a generalization. There are scenarios in which what I'm about to tell you won't apply. For instance, let's say you're running a 4 gig graphics card and you go to version 12 and suddenly you need 6 gigs of VRAM for the scenario that you've loaded, you're going to see a much larger decrease in frame rate. So again, this is a generalization. So I told them it'd probably be about half the frame rate, and I also insinuated that that was being a little bit pessimistic. It probably wouldn't be quite half. And as it turns out, that's about right. In the testing I did, I took an i5-12400, which is a pretty decent i5 processor, and an RTX 3060 Ti, which is a pretty decent graphics card. Nothing crazy slow, nothing crazy fast, kind of a normal setup. And I tested them on version 11 and version 12. And what I found was you get about 60% of the frame rate that you had in version 11 if you run the same frame rate test in version 12. And I'm using the X-Plane built-in frame rate test, so it's as scientific as it can be. So in other words, if you're getting, let's say, with a single 1080p display, you're getting 100 frames per second on X-Plane 11, and you move to X-Plane 12, you should, with the same graphics settings, expect about 60 frames per second, or about a 40% decrease. Now, let's say you're running a triple display setup and you're getting 50 frames per second on X-Plane 11, you should expect about 30 on X-Plane 12. And again, these are round generalizations, everything else being equal, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll put the graph up here now of the actual frame rate test I did. I have more granular numbers than what I just told you, but in general, it was about what I said, about 50 to 30 and 100 to down to 60 on a single 1080p display. So hopefully, performance is an issue with version 12 right now, in my opinion, and I think the developer's opinion as well. I'm not a developer. And I do think it's going to get better, but that remains to be seen. That I cannot promise, and that I have no control over.